What is breakfast without bread? And what a best feeling like that of making your own bread in the comfort of your home. Welcome to the Collince kitchen. Today we're going to be making bread, a very nice thing that you can prepare for your children and the whole entire family. Trust me, everybody will enjoy this. Stay with us and let us learn. For our bread making today, we need flour, water, salt, oil, sugar, and yeast. To a mixing bowl, add 3 cups of water, distilled water, and to the water add 2 tablespoons of instant yeast. The instant yeast will help in making your bread rise. Please do not skip this step. If you do, your bread will just become a condensed thing. It will not rise, so make sure that you get the measurements correct. Stir the yeast into the water and make sure that they are well combined and set it aside for some few minutes. In the meantime, measure your flour. We need 840 grams of all-purpose flour. Yes, like you see, get the measurements correct. Our flour is ready to go into our yeast mixture. If your yeast, to know that your yeast is ready, you need to look at those bubbles like you're seeing there. That will show you that it is ready to have your flour. So you add the flour into the yeast mixture, the yeast water mixture, and add the other ingredients slowly by slowly. We are going to start with salt. So to the flour, we'll add 2 teaspoons of salt, and we'll also add 2 tablespoons of sugar. I like it that way. Some people, this is optional, truly, depending on how you want your bread to taste. Then I will add 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. It can be basically any vegetable cooking oil that you're used to. And yeah, that is all you need for this recipe. We will give this a mix in the bowl until it is well combined. So just go in with your hands and mix it. If you prefer a spatula, it's still fine, you can use it, but for this one I just decided to go in with my hands. Now along the way you might need to add some little water, just depending on how your mixture is turning out. Mine was a little dry, that's why I needed to add some water. So you add some water in bits according to how much you need until it is well combined. In the meantime, guys, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe, and if you're enjoying this video, give it a like, and be sure to get more content coming in your way on anything. We do content on everything and anything. So meanwhile, I'm going to be kneading this bread for some good time, about 8 minutes. It took me almost 10 to get it to the right texture that I wanted it. And then we will spread some flour, or we'll dust the table with some flour, and continue kneading. From the bowl, we just transfer it to a kneading surface where you can knead from comfortably. This helps to break down the gluten in the flour and helps it to become softer, and it will help also in the rising process. So do not skip this, do not be lazy about this part. It becomes quite hard in the beginning, but as you go on kneading, it becomes softer and easier for you to knead this dough. So this will be running for about 10 minutes, and 8 to 10 minutes is what you need. You can see meanwhile Jewel wanted to help mommy do the kneading, but yeah, and he was crying the whole time, bread. So it is something that your kids and your whole family will enjoy. So this moment I am shaping the dough into some form of a ball, and for you to be able to see whether it is ready to rest, you need to use that method where you I don't know whether it's pinching or pressing downwards. When it comes up immediately, then you know it is ready to rest. Now I greased a pan with some oil, and I'm transferring this dough into that pan, and I'll let it sit in there while covering it for about 1 hour straight for it to rest. If it doubles in size like mine has, after 1 hour, then you take it out and work it out for about 15 minutes and let it rest. So that is basically what I am doing at this time. I've taken out the flour and I'm going to work it out until the 15 minutes are done. So basically your flour, for it to become to proof very well, it needs to be placed in a dark and warm place. That is where the yeast will do its activity very well. And yeah, right now I'm going through the dough that we had made, and I've worked it for some time. So I'm going to let it rest for about another hour. I'm trying to shape it to the shape of the baking tin that I am going to use, and I used a loaf tin for this kind of bread. So right there I'm pinching the sides, and to a greased pan, I greased this pan with some vegetable oil. So to a greased pan, I'll transfer this dough and let it rest in there for a full 1 hour to 1.5 hours, depending on how easier and faster my flour will raise. We need it to raise a little more, and do not rush it. The best bread is one that rests the entire time. Let your bread dough rest in a dark and warm place for an hour. After an hour of proofing, put it in the preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius and let it bake for 45 minutes, and there you will have your bread ready to be cooled off and served. So after 15 minutes of cooling, you will go in and slice your bread when it is not so cold, because if it becomes cold it will become so hard to slice. Mine lasted overnight. I prepared it at night, so I did not get the time to slice it off. But if you can have the first 15 minutes after that cooling, just go ahead and slice it into manageable slices. Now I need to work on my slices, but I think I love how big these slices are. Can you see them falling on that plate? So I'm going to go ahead and butter this. This is homemade peanut sauce, and it is very nice. River likes this kind of bread. Every morning he wakes up and says, "Mama, bread, eat bread." Yeah, so it is a very satisfying feeling to see that you're actually spreading everything from beginning to end. If you enjoyed it, kindly subscribe and let us meet in the next video. Bye bye.